The hardest thing in the world is you got a whole motherfucking home for somebody, yo. For your kids, for ungrateful ass woman, dude. And it's just gone, dude. It's just gone, yo. Bro. I swear to God, bro. Like, this is the fucking hardest thing in the world, bro. Just like that for some fucking random ass dude.
What's going on with everybody? I'm tapping in one more time. I hope that you're feeling blessed and highly favored on today. Getting right into things, rather. The topic of discussion today will be how vulnerable should a man be with his woman? Now, we're going to go ahead and make this a quick one. Or it may be definitely not going to be over 30 minutes. Definitely not going to be over a dirty 30, so to speak. But recently, I've been seeing an alarming number of videos of men just becoming more and more comfortable just crying in a camera phone. I saw it, not only the clip that I just played here on World Star, I saw King Yella do it. I saw a few more other little dudes do it, before that. And then, to me, the one who even started this in the black community was, Tyrese Gibson, man, with that, what more do you want from me? So it's like, he broke down crying on this mud. So it's like, I think that kind of set the tone. And, again, I won't get into, specifics, but, because that's going to be another subject or a topic in itself, is just as far as the feminization of males in the community, so to speak, or in our community, rather, in the United States. However, the main thing that I really kind of wanted to take away from that is, or going beyond that. So it's kind of a two-part as to how I even got into this particular discussion. So as many of you know, of course, Justin's still out here. I'm not married or anything like that. So, oftentimes, I'll be inspired, or when I speak to you guys, it's oftentimes based off of the experiences that I am having or whatever I may be going through at the particular time. And so just since, a major part of my life, so to speak, is going to be women, regardless whether I'm entertaining something seriously at the time or just, speaking to some, which isn't going to last. Typically we weed through those, or I may just typically be wrapped up in what I have going on as far as trying to get the business off of the ground. But typically, as I was mentioning in the one of my previous videos, my experiences, or my better experiences rather, come from real life encounters. But that's neither here nor there. Regardless, a lot of the same narratives or a lot of the same sentiments that you'll be exposed to or that you'll hear from women, they're oftentimes still going to be the same. It just really depends on it. Or, oftentimes if she meets me in person and she has a better feel for me, and she, as you guys have come to see if you do watch my videos, I come to challenge traditional thinking a lot of times. And, for some women, especially on the online caliber, with us just meeting so quickly and not having the luxury of an in-person presentation, or interview rather, from her end, then she may not be as adept to have someone challenging her way of thinking. I will put it that way. I think I did a great job of doing that. So going back to how vulnerable should a man be with his woman. So I actually heard this about 3 or 4 times in the past month, so to speak. I'm hearing a lot of women, and oftentimes we know that women are good for a lot of cliche statements. If I'm seeing the main things that you're going to see online, I damn near see these on every profile. My goodness, I see your love languages. I see acts of service, physical touch, quality time spent, like I forget, it's like 3 or 4 of them that they use, but I like a man that's vulnerable, not as far as with the love languages, but going over to the traits, they'll say this, the same kind of traits as well, like damn. But typically all the time they want a man that's vulnerable, and I was asking myself, like, what do they mean by this? I was speaking with a few young ladies earlier this month, and one of them was saying, well, as far as what I'm offering, for one, I'm offering loyalty, which, if you follow my teachings or any of my conversations, then you'll know oftentimes we have to get to the definitions of the words that we're using, because oftentimes people definitions are very much different. What you may consider to be loyalty, I may consider to be laughable. And so, that's one of the common ones that I hear women throw out. And then secondly, she said, just being that shoulder that my man can lean on. I mean, when at those times he's vulnerable, you can't go out here and just pay for that. Someone that's going to listen to your problems and actually be there for you, this, that, and the third. And she really thought she was saying something. And then I had another young woman when I was asking her, as far as what she brings to the table, and she said she made mention of the same thing, so to speak, as far as when that man is vulnerable, actually just being there for him, to pick him up, to uplift him, that listening ear that he can confide in, And in both cases, it just immediately disagreed with my spirit, and it opened the way for me to actually come through, with some of my teachings, so to speak. You'll kind of know the theme of masculinity and of men being men, actually. One of my first teachings, as far as the Jezebel spirit, I'm reminded of Ahab anytime I think of men being vulnerable. I think of Ahab after Naboth refused to sell him the vineyard, and how he ran home. He ran back to his palace, and he refused to eat. He refused to drink anything, and just laid in his chambers, closed all the curtains, basically just threw a fit, caught an attitude, until his wife Jezebel came in and asked him, well, honey, what's wrong with you? And he ran to her like a big brother, or the big homie, so to speak, and told her everything that was going on or that was wrong with him. And she devised a diabolical plan to go ahead and get the garden or the vineyard from the gentleman, and in her doing that, she disregarded all type of nobility, and the fact that, or the very reason that the king didn't go through as far as killing and just doing that initially, is because he actually had a bit of honor and integrity in him. But obviously Jezebel, she looked at it as, sir, you're the king, you take what you want to take, and he's a fool for denying you that. And so she went ahead and took it and solved his issues for him. But oftentimes when I think of vulnerable, I think of this, a pouting man, a whiny man, so to speak. And it is my belief that if you are truly going to be the leader, if you're truly going to preside over this woman, if you're truly the one that she looks to be the problem solver, the instructor, the overseer, so to speak, then how on earth can you be seen as vulnerable? How on earth can you come to her with your issues and confide in her? To me, this puts you on the very same level as her homegirl that she may have, who she may go back and forth with. This is never to be the case, in my opinion. Like the scriptures oftentimes say, or says in one particular passage, in multitude of counsel there is safety. And that is where the man is supposed to run. If you're not blessed to have anyone around you that you deem as wise, then of course you have to encourage yourself in the Lord, which may be a bit difficult at times. But that is the key to it, is not to confide in your woman, because there's no way that you can recover from that, or that she can look at you in the fashion that you're supposed to be looked at as far as a leader. Okay, if you say this is what I am to do. I'm supposed to honor you in this capacity. Because after so many times of you deferring to her, not knowing what to do in certain times in life, it's going to click in her mind that you are her equal. That no, you're not infinite minded. It is my belief that the man, despite whatever issue that comes about in this woman's life, whatever they're faced with, whatever is thrown at her, she's supposed to have that faith in her man that he's going to be able to, pull them up out of that. He's gonna, he's gonna have what's necessary, and oftentimes, and that's not to say that this woman can't be, have a brilliant mind as well and work together with this man in order to bring about a solution, actually produce one. But that's just to say how she's supposed to look at this man. So, with her seeing you sweat, so to speak, and seeing you, downtrodden, crying, not knowing what to do, bothered, flustered, so to speak, then I believe that this can work against you. And so, just wanted to give that quick message here on today. So, I mean, if you are one of those guys that, you're out here crying, because oftentimes you guys just want a bit of attention, especially the gentleman that I'm seeing or that I refer to, I feel oftentimes that's nothing more than a ploy for attention. That never crosses my mind. Why on earth would I want to show myself crying on social media? The things people do it just blows my mind sometimes. But it is what it is. This is the world that we're living in now. But just any young black man, especially any brother, or any just individual in general who's just watching this and trying to get his flyness together, trying to go ahead and get right, man, trying to be one of the ones that we oftentimes speaking on this particular channel, then no, definitely don't participate in these type of activities. Really, these we consider these to be abominations. If you're pressing forward, and often you can go back to that last video where we talk about the guys who not, how the numbers are going up for guys not getting no sex nowadays. You're going around sexless for the whole year, and this may be a key indicator as to why. We're definitely getting more and more feminized. Well, not we, y'all are getting more and more feminized. As to how y'all are moving and this, that, and the third. And I don't like what I'm seeing. So definitely I speak out against that type of behavior. And you'll never see that coming from this end or anyone who's following anything that I have to say. But, outside of that, definitely we'll go ahead and leave everything there. But as always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this content, and tell me what you think. And definitely jump in the conversation and go ahead and stir up a debate, man. Get the comments busting. You dig what I'm saying? And one time for my outfit, too. You dig what I'm saying? I know you feeling that. And holla at yours truly, And until next time, definitely be blessed.